Hello, welcome back to second video of Bengkel Pecutan 2.0 slot 1. In this video, basically we will discuss question 4, 5 and 6. Okay, let's continue with question number 4. Compound A undergo ozonolysis. So basically, we understand that for question number 4, it will focus on alkane or alkene. Once we know that undergo ozonolysis, then basically we will have the idea that A is the alkene, and then they will give a mixture of ketone C4H8O. Even though this question they didn't let us know what is the name of the ketone, but basically we can predict that the structure of the ketone is butanol, so this is correct. And an aldehyde C3H6O, again, even though they didn't let us know the name of the aldehyde, but with 3 carbon we understand that the aldehyde will be the propana, so the structure of propana also correct. So compound A react with 1 mole of equivalent hydrogen gas to form saturated compound B. So from here again, just now because of ozonolysis, we know that compound A is alkene. So now we can confirm that A is alkene with 1 double bond because they only can react with 1 mole of hydrogen gas. And then after A react with hydrogen gas, so we will have the idea that the compound B is the saturated compound, which means it is alkane. Okay, next we look at the question. So the question asks us to deduce the structural formula for compound A and B. So remember that if the question asks us to deduce, means that you have to give the justification. So in general, the justification is from questions. Okay. So like this question, when we have the structure of aldehyde and also the ketone, so we can predict the structure of A, which is the alkene. So for this one, your friends didn't label, this is the structure A. So means that even though this structure is correct, but marks will not be given. And when after that alkene react with the hydrogen will produce alkane, and then this is the structure B. Again, since it is not labeled, so we also will not get the mark for this structure. So back to here, deduce the structural formula. So what you can write down, so you can mention A is an alkene with 1 carbon-carbon double bond because can react with 1 mole of equivalent hydrogen gas and undergo ozonolysis. Okay, so you copy this from the question. So for this statement, you will get 1 mark because of you can give this alkene with 1 carbon-carbon double bond. Then you will tell us that B is alkane. Why is alkane? Because A react with hydrogen to form saturated compound B. So here another B is alkane, another 1 mark. Next, the question asks for state the observation when the compound A react with Bayer reagent. So this question only focus on observation. So purple color of KMnO4 decolorized or turn colorless. But for the Bayer test, we have 2 observations, including the brown precipitate. So these 2 will give you 1 mark. Okay, let's proceed to question B. They give us that the PVC is a synthetic polymer, and then the monomer of this is chloroethene. So you will able to write the structure of chloroethene. But then the question is asked us to draw the structure polyvinyl chloride PVC, which means they ask you to draw the structure of the polymer. So what you can do is break the double bond, form two new single bond, and then make the bracket and put N at the bottom. So this is the structure for the polyvinyl chloride polymer. So we get 1 mark for this question. Let's start with question number 5. Compound D is a mono-substituted aromatic hydrocarbon. So based on this statement, aromatic, so we will have the idea that the compound D consists of a benzene ring, and then with the chemical formula C8H10, so means that the mono-substituted content of 2 carbon. So that's why your friend suggests the structure of the D is ethyl benzene. So structure D is done, and then also already name the compound D, which is ethyl benzene. Then here the question is asked for draw the structure, so no justification is needed. No justification is needed. React with reagent E to produce benzoic acid. So in general, we already have the idea that benzoic acid is produced when the alkyl benzene with benzylic hydrogen undergo oxidation. Therefore, the reagent used can be KMnO4H plus heat. So done for question C. Then bromination of compound D in the presence of sunlight will produce a major product. So when see the terms of sunlight, we will think about the free radical substitution. Therefore, the secondary hydrogen, because this carbon is secondary carbon and this is the primary carbon, secondary free radical is more stable, so that's why the secondary hydrogen will be replaced with the Cr to produce the major product F. Treatment of F with alcoholic potassium hydroxide. So in general, this is means KOH in ethanol reflux. So we know that haloalkane will undergo dehydrohalogenation with such a reagent. So the G will be the alkene. So after the F remove the hydrogen and also the halogen, so we will get the structure G as this. So with this, we already finished for question A, B, and C. Now we need to proceed to question D. We need to write a chemical equation when the G react with the HBr with the presence of peroxide. So come out in our mind, this reaction will follow anti-Markovnikov rules. So if this is the case happen, the hydrogen will attach to the carbon with less hydrogen. So the compound of the product here is not correct. So the correct structure supposedly will be CH2, CH2Br. So cannot get the mark for the equation. So for this question, we'll get 5/7. Okay, now let's continue with question number 8. Due to I didn't receive the answer for question 6 and 7. So compound MC5H12O contain a tertiary carbon and form compound N upon treatment with hot acidified potassium permanganate solution. So based on the question, like your friends jot down here, M is the general formula for M is CnH2n plus 2O. So and then can undergo oxidation, means it is either is primary or secondary alcohol. Then don't forget that there is one tertiary carbon. Okay, so for the structure M, we roughly already have this idea. Okay, then we proceed to second statement. A yellow precipitate is formed when N is treated with alkali iodine solution. So alkali iodine solution show that the compound contain methyl carbonyl. So if M is a primary alcohol, react with strong oxidizing agent, so will produce carboxylic acid, at where will not give the compound N with the methyl carbonyl. So that's why from here, from the second statement, we know that M is secondary alcohol and undergo oxidation. So basically N will be the ketone. Okay, then we continue. N will react with phenylhydrazine, produce compound P. So we know that phenylhydrazine, the structure based on the name phenyl, contain a benzene ring. Hydrazine means there are the nitrogen bonded together. So this is NH and this is NH2. So the reaction for the N react with phenylhydrazine is quite similar with the Brady test. Okay, we will take out the H2, 2 hydrogen from the phenylhydrazine and 1 oxygen from the carbonyl compound to form P. Next, compound Q is formed when N is treated with excess methanol. So since N is ketone, when react with excess ethanol, the Q will be the ketone, so it's under the nucleophilic addition. So I think for this one, your friends already analyzed the question quite well lah. Okay, so let's check the structure. So we already have the idea just now. M is secondary alcohol, and then we'll have a tertiary carbon. So when we check here, the alpha carbon shows that the alcohol is secondary alcohol, because I have 2 alkyl groups, CH3 and the isopropyl. And then at the same time, we also notice this carbon is tertiary carbon, because here have 1 alkyl group, 2 alkyl group, and here has another 1 alkyl group. Okay, so this is the structure for the M. So is M secondary alcohol undergo oxidation, the CHOH structure will become C double bond O like this. So structure N is correct. So for the P, like just now we mentioned, from the carbonyl group we taken out the oxygen, and then from the hydrazine group we taken out the H2. So this is the structure for the P. And the last one, when the N react with the excess methanol, so we'll produce ketone. So this is the structure of the ketone. So for question 8A, there are 4 marks, so the student get 4/4. Okay, let's continue with question number 8B. The question asks us to show the synthetic pathway for the preparation of 2-methylpropana. Basically, these are the product, and then from 1-chloro-2-methylpropane, which is the reactant. So your friends already identified that the reactant is primary haloalkane. So undergo hydrolysis using the NaOH aqueous reflux will produce primary alcohol, and the primary alcohol undergo oxidation using weak oxidizing agent will produce propana. So this is the 3 marks how you get from the synthetic pathway. Okay, we will going to stop this video here, which we already discussed question 4, 5 and 8. So in coming video, we may discuss question 9, 10 and 11. See you in next video. Bye bye.